Awards, everybody getting geared up for the Oscar festivities on Sunday. And Jackie, you can't have an Oscar party without some great food.
And we're moving on beyond the crock pots and the little weenies on a stick to some great ideas of how to really do something special for your guests or family that are coming over, or maybe just an option of not having that stress at your party. And we're going to get all of those answers and details from Sid's Catering. We're talking about Sid Kane, who's joining us this morning. Thank you
for
so
having
much
me.
for being here.
It looks amazing, first and foremost.
Oh
you
my
very
gosh,
much.
this looks amazing. And let's just talk about it, for an event like the Oscars, everyone just kind of elevates it a little bit. Maybe they get dressed up or,
Right.
makes everything a little more fancy. And that's kind of what you did for us today.
Well, I think a great party starts with some really good food and some really good friends. And if you're hosting the party, it's really nice if you don't have to worry about the food part. If you can worry about dressing up and getting your house ready and inviting a lot of really good friends.
Because the food part really is very time consuming.
It is time consuming, and once you have a theme, you can go with it.
Okay, so let's talk about a theme. When we threw Oscar parties at you, what did you come up with?
So the theme is stars for Oscars, and I did
Okay.
a little fruit kebab, and I cut the apples with a little cookie cutter with stars.
Great idea.
And beverages are important. I would certainly do like a nice champagne, or even maybe like a house cocktail.
All right, so again, but just dressing it up a little bit like that makes it extra special.
Right.
It makes it feel like the Academy Awards.
I believe that we eat with our eyes, so
All right, to get things
it has
started.
to be fancy.
All right, now we also brought some, speaking of fancy, looks like you got some other fancy looking things here too.
Sure. So my favorite way of having a party is tapas. And tapas are small hors d'oeuvres. And so I really enjoy when people come over, you have like small plates
Right.
and maybe like, to me, shrimp is sort of decadent, and we dressed it up with a little bit of a nice kebab and vegetables.
So those actors looks like a couple of colored peppers, the shrimp and the cherry tomato.
Right.
Okay.
And so for me, I'm a huge buy fresh, buy local person. So I try to
Wonderful.
incorporate all of my greens come from Lee's Greens. These are their pea sprouts. So dress that up on the bottom. You can also eat those.
So that whole platter is edible.
Correct.
Okay, which is nice.
Correct.
Now you've been doing this a long time, and it sounds like next year you're going to be celebrating a big anniversary too.
I am going to be. I started in 1994, and I have 2 licensed kitchens, and I'm insured and bonded, and that's important when you hire a caterer. So I enjoy what I do, and I really love feeding people nice food. So.
And there's other occasions that people can make nice food or contact a caterer. And what's some of your more popular occasions that people might be contacting?
I really enjoy doing executive lunches. Anytime you bring food in, a lot of times people come together to the table to maybe solve a problem or celebrate a birth or a wedding. I've done football parties, tailgating.
What's your
Just a
most
little bit of everything.
What's your most unique party you've ever done?
The most unique party I've ever done was actually a party for 2 people. The husband had brought me in, snuck me into the garage, and in the kitchen, I made them a 5-course meal. And the mother came home from the hospital with baby and was completely surprised.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he got some bonus points.
What
for
a
that.
Bonus
great
points there.
idea.
Go, Dad.
Okay, let's move along here. We
I was
have
gonna
more
say,
things
when
here.
we think Oscars, we think gold trophy, we think glitz, and you're definitely doing that with some amazing desserts here today.
For the dessert tray, we did edible spoons.
That's what these are here.
Sure.
What are they made out of?
It's a cookie.
Like a cookie?
Yes.
And
So-
what is on top of that spoon? You know, we didn't put peas on there, did you?
No, this is a caramel crunch, and the entire spoon is edible, and it goes great with champagne.
I don't know if I believe that, Jackie. She said the entire spoon is
I was
edible.
going to say, can I try this? Am I allowed? Oh, thank you.
Yes.
And she's being nice and giving me a napkin this morning. Oh, that's amazing.
Now, where do you
So-
find these things here?
So, again, I've been doing this since 1994. I've really gone out and above and beyond, searching out different things. I love to play with food. I love to make things pretty. We did some gold
Those are
spray
gold brownies.
to incorporate the Oscar.
The Oscar, the statue itself,
Academy
yeah, little
Award.
Oscar, yeah, the Academy Award
Those
itself.
are literally gold brownies.
Now, this is one of the advantages of tapping into the efforts of a caterer like Sid's
Correct.
Catering to be able to do something like this. But let's be totally honest, folks that are out there having parties, can they afford to have something catered like this?
Sure, it's so easy. So all you would have to worry about is your house and your dress. So if you call or go on my website, sidscatering.com, you fill out the information, who, what, where, when, how. I'm not a deli and I'm not a grocery store. I don't, this is all that I do. So if you give me your food budget and how many people you are inviting, I can come up with a customized menu for you.
And how much in advance do we need to let you know?
Normally, I do funerals in 48 hours, so you can certainly call me. The more notice, the best. But
Obviously, yeah. And where are you based out of?
Sure, I have a licensed kitchen in West Des Moines and also in Johnston.
Okay.
And just decadent, fun treats, and maybe thinking outside the box and really making something special, like an Oscars party that's coming up this weekend. I've never had. I don't even know what to call that, but it's absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
And you
like
said
a
that the
ginger
little round
cookie
things
and
there, they're what? They're like
chocolate
they're crunch.
It's a little caramel, like a little caramel ball.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, how neat
Wonderful.
is that? And this is something you want to stand out, want to have a party that people remember. I think people are going to remember
Gold brownies.
if you have this at your Oscar party. How cool is
some
that?
great ideas for you this morning of how to elevate maybe some things you've used before, maybe some things you haven't thought about, or just putting that extra touch. But you can always do
if
that.
Jackie's going to eat, I'm going to eat.
There you go. But you
Okay.
can always relax and just enjoy your party by ordering a caterer. And we want to thank Sid so much for joining us this morning. If people want to get in touch with you once again, what's the best way?
My website, sydney@cateringbysid.com.
Okay, there you go. Well, bon appetit, and hopefully you can have such a tasty treat at your Oscars party coming up this weekend. Thank you so much for
Good stuff.
being
Oh my
here.
gosh, thanks for having
Oh,
me.
delicious.
for being here.
You're watching CWI Live on Channel 23. We will be back.
Get another shrimp.